What and welcome back to Logix Lens, and today we're going to talk about the scam before. So before we get into this video, I just want to let you guys know something, that I recorded this entire video with my mic not connected. So if you have any bit of decency and care in your heart, I think you should leave a like and a comment and a sub. If not one, all three, but at this point, I'm trying, y'all. I'm really trying. So if you guys haven't heard, we have a game called The Day Before that just released December 7th, where a studio called Fntastic announced this game back in 2020, which it got a lot of praise, which helped it become the most wishlisted game on Steam to date. Like before this game released, it was the most wishlisted game on Steam, hands down. It was building itself to be a MMO survival horror game, which is something in between The Last of Us and The Division 2. The Division 2 isn't so much an MMO, but you get that aspect of randomly spawning in the city with people all around, but it's also a PvP, VE situation at all times. Here we are in 2023, the game has come out, and it is literally a piece of shit. I'm gonna back up a little bit and give you guys the backstory. Back 2 years ago, this game was announced in 2020, but 2 years ago, 2021-ish, they dropped a gameplay trailer, which actually looked very impressive. Like the mechanics, the shadowing, the voice chat, the character animations were moving while they're talking and doing all this stuff, and it's just a very responsive and pretty looking game, and honestly, it looked unbelievable. So just to get an idea, this is what that trailer looked like.
Welcome to the short gameplay demonstration trailer for The Day Before, an upcoming open-world multiplayer survival game. The Day Before features a huge, stunningly detailed post-apocalyptic world destroyed by a terrible virus.
I'm running out of fuel.
Great, man. Awesome.
We'll look around here, I guess.
Shall we split up?
Yep.
I'll find out what's in the skyscraper.
Okay, and I'll look around here. Let's see what we have here. All right. I have found a great cowboy hat. Tell her everything's all right.
In The Day Before, you can enter abandoned buildings and take whatever you want. The main thing is to be careful, because not all players are friendly.
Let's pick up some supplies and get out of here.
Let's check it out.
Oh shit, got company. Could use some help now.
The things are about to get heated.
Over here. You bastard! Oh shit!
Dude, there's too many of them. I gotta go upstairs.
Okay, I'm running toward you.
The snowstorm is starting right now, and the temperature is falling fast. Remember that when you shoot and make unnecessary noise, it can attract unwanted guests even more terrifying than other players. The world of The Day Before is teeming with hungry hordes of bloodthirsty infected, ready to tear you to pieces.
Phew, that was close.
I think we would all agree that that looks pretty good, something to get a little hype about. Granted, this studio at this time, we came to find out that they aren't the most reputable. They've put out some games in the past, none of which are anything to run home about, anything special or anything like that. But nonetheless, we were hopeful, like this game looks pretty good. It looks pretty innovative. This could be something. A year goes by and we get another gameplay trailer, which something was a little off about this one.
Hey, 'cause I got a job for you. 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 'Cause I got a job for you
homes. Lock on.
Now, I'm no game developer, but those two things don't look anything alike. I don't understand. At this point, everybody's kind of like, what the fuck is going on? This is not what you guys showed us. This isn't what you promised us. Is this even real? This studio has a shady history. I don't know. Still the most wishlisted game on Steam to date. It's like, okay, this game doesn't look that great, but you know, maybe it'll be better by the time it comes out. But then we run into a whole debacle to where Fntastic is having issues with the title of the game the day before, which is a book series, I believe, and they were in a legal battle to actually use the name for the game. That all of a sudden blows over, and now we are in 2023 on December 7th, and the game releases.
So you're probably not from around these parts. But don't worry, make yourself at home. So, can you get up? Try to get off the bed.
You have entered the danger zone. Collect as much valuable loot as possible and return to Woodbury.
What I will give them credit for is the consistency between the second trailer and the current one. I guess maybe they put more enemies in the game. Maybe. Here we are, and we get a little bit more of a consistency between the last trailer and this one, but the game still looks like shit. I haven't played it, but I watched streamers play it, and it was atrocious. I mean, you got 6 rounds to off a zombie off headshots. You don't even know if the gunshots you're hearing within the world are actually people playing or just factory made sounds to make you think that something's going on in the world. Let Moist Critical tell you it doesn't work because he was standing with a friend who's shooting his gun, but he's hearing on his end a fucking machine gun going off, and none of it's cohesive. And then the biggest thing is they were billing this game as an MMO. Turns out it's really an extraction shooter, which is fine as a genre, but why didn't you bill it as an extraction shooter? You're saying it's a survival MMO and it's an extraction shooter. You literally go out to the world, you collect resources, you get back to a point, and you leave and you turn that stuff in to upgrade your character. That's what the gameplay loop is. Granted, there was really no loop because there's no enemies in there. They servers are saying full, but yet you don't run into anybody outside of the main world hub that you're at with them. You don't see people on the street. I watched some streamers for about 2 hours and they saw 2 people and they spent most of that time in the open world. Why would you only see 2 people? I mean, you can say the map is big or whatever, but we come to find out that the map is just a fucking map pack that they bought from Unreal Engine. I mean, come on, like the game is come out and been outed as an asset flip or just one big fucking asset flip. So we are here 4 or 5 days out from the game's release, and Fntastic Studios is now closing. December 11th, from Fntastic's personal Twitter. Today we announced the closure of Fntastic Studio. Unfortunately, the day before has failed financially and we lack the funds to continue. All income received is being used to pay off debts to our partners. We invested all our efforts, resources, and man hours into the development of the day before, which was our first huge game. We really wanted to release new patches to reveal the full potential of the game, but unfortunately, we don't have the funding to continue the work. It's important to note that we didn't take any money from the public during the development of the day before. There were no pre-orders or crowdfunding campaigns. We worked tirelessly for 5 years, pouring our blood, sweat, and tears into the game. Bullshit. All you guys put into this game was piss and shit. At the moment, the future of the day before and prop night is unknown, but the servers will remain operational. We apologize if we didn't meet your expectations. We did everything within our power, but unfortunately, we miscalculated our capabilities. Creating games is an incredibly challenging endeavor. We're grateful to everyone who supported us during these difficult years. It's been a fantastic journey over the past 8 years, where they go on to list their other projects between 2015 and 2023, which is, yeah. I find it quite comical that they said they put their blood, sweat, and tears and said creating games is a very difficult endeavor. Yeah, no shit. You're a game studio that decided to take on this endeavor. We're not saying a game has to be tip-top perfect, no flaws. We're not saying you can't want it to be better in the future. But we are saying that for you to release it in early access, as if that gives you some fucking excuse to make some bullshit, it's okay to sell it to us for $40. Make it, I bet you none of this would have happened if it would have been free. I think that most people would have been like, oh, well, it's free, what the fuck ever, you know, maybe it'll get better, and they would have hung in there just off the strength of hoping for the best in the future. But you charge $40, and you think that just because you had plans to make it better, that this skeleton of what a fucking video game should be is acceptable. And then we have Mytona, which is one of the investor of the day before, I guess the biggest, if not sole investor into this game, also putting out a letter on their Twitter. To all the day before players, as the investor of the day before, we would like to provide some updates on the current situation around the game. We are sorry for the fact that the game didn't meet the expectations of the majority of players. Talking about the majority, the game didn't reach the expectations for anybody. Don't sit and try to scapegoat them 2 people that actually like this game as if they really viable people to consider for what the state of this game is. Today we will work with Steam to open up refunds for any players who choose to make a refund. We're in contact with Fntastic regarding the future of the game. Clearly the contact that they're making isn't a contact that's fully synchronized miscommunication going on, because Fntastic already announced that they're closing the studio, and Mytona says we're talking to Fntastic about the future of the game. I don't know if that means, because Fntastic claims the servers will stay up. I don't know how that's gonna work if literally y'all making no money off this game. Like, the shit is comical. This is what Fntastic then said after Mytona has released that tweet. Answer to those who asked for a refund. Mytona and we are currently working with Steam to allow refunds for any players who chooses to request one, regardless of game time. Fntastic receives $0 and will receive nothing from the day before sales. So I guess them saying we ain't making no money is because all the money they did make has to go back to the investors, which I don't know how you're gonna get that, considering the game has been delisted off of Steam. You can't buy the game anymore, and everybody is getting a refund despite how many hours they play the game. This is unprecedented. I've seen games, we saw Cyberpunk have their little debacle, but a game being taken down indefinitely within 4 days is kind of insane. How we got to this point in gaming, I have no idea. People can just release bullshit and sell it, and it's like, well, let's hope for the best and hope nobody complains. We're gonna make some money. I'm sorry, I'm really wondering if there were people sitting at that dev studio like really hoping for the best and doing the absolute best to make this game something to be proud of. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was, but something happened to where what they had a vision for couldn't manifest. I think the biggest issue, though, is they were selling us on something that they absolutely knew was not attainable, at least for the time frame that they were intending for it. That game we saw back in 2021 looked really good. They claim it was a work in progress. That means we should have been working from that forward. There's no reason. Now, a graphical drop is one thing, but a completely different experience, that's not, it was no resemblance between that and what we saw today. I don't even understand how you thought that people were just gonna be okay with this transition. And it just all looks so bad because Fntastic is now going back and changing some of their other studio names so people can't see the work they done. They pulled down the old videos. Thankfully, IGN and other people saved them so we could put them up. They're blocking people out of their Discord. They block down their Discord. They kick people out. They try to expose them. All type of shady stuff. And to top it all off, we get the studio themselves replying to tweets saying, "This was our first big experience. Shit happens." What in the entire fuck is wrong with you guys to think that you can say that to people on Twitter that probably bought your game? Shit happens. Yeah, shit happens. Like your studio closes down. That's the type of shit that happens when you do shit like this. I mean, the audacity of these mugs. Like, how on earth do you fuck up and then say, man, shit happens? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm sorry. Like, for anybody that really worked on this game and really tried to do their best, I really feel bad. I hope nobody lost their job unexpectedly. If you ask me, I think they knew this was coming. I think they knew a game wasn't going to do well. They knew it was going to flop. They probably just didn't want to get sued, so they had to release the game and just hope that the backlash wasn't so bad that they would have to shut their studio down immediately. That day was probably coming inevitably. It came within 4 days, so that's probably how long it took y'all to make this game, so I think it's kind of poetic at this point. Thanks for tuning in to Logix Lens, where the game is winning. I'm out.